The idea that the drying up of the Euphrates River is a significant prophetic event comes from the book of Revelation in the Bible. Specifically, Revelation chapter 16 verse 12 says, "The sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up to prepare the way for the kings from the east." This is often interpreted by some as a sign of the end times, where the drying of the Euphrates precedes major apocalyptic events. Before we start, we'd like to ask for your support. If you enjoy our video, please hit the like button. This will help us reach more people and create content for you. Now let's get started with today's video. The drying up of the Euphrates River is a subject that has intrigued theologians, biblical scholars, and prophecy enthusiasts for centuries. This river, one of the most significant in the ancient world, is mentioned in the Bible multiple times, most notably in the book of Revelation, where its drying is directly linked to the unfolding of end times events. As we witness the diminishing waters of the Euphrates in modern times due to various natural and human-induced factors, many are drawing connections between these occurrences and biblical prophecy. This essay will explore the biblical references to the Euphrates River, the significance of its drying in prophetic literature, and the potential implications for the present day, as well as the strange events that are said to follow. Biblical significance of the Euphrates River. The Euphrates River is one of the most important rivers in the Bible, symbolizing boundaries, blessings, and divine intervention. In Genesis, the Euphrates is one of the 4 rivers that flowed out of the Garden of Eden, Genesis chapter 2 verses 10 to 14, marking the boundaries of the land God gave to humanity. It is also associated with the promised land given to Abraham and his descendants, Genesis chapter 15 verse 18. Throughout the Old Testament, the Euphrates River is a symbol of boundaries and a source of life. It was a major river that sustained many ancient civilizations, including Babylon and Assyria, which were often at odds with the Israelites. The river's significance is not just geographic but also spiritual, as it represents God's provision and the boundaries He set for His people. The drying of the Euphrates in Revelation. The most alarming prophecy concerning the Euphrates River is found in the book of Revelation. Revelation chapter 16 verse 12 states, "The sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up to prepare the way for the kings from the east." This verse is part of a larger narrative describing the pouring out of the 7 bowls of God's wrath upon the earth, which are understood to be judgments preceding the final battle and the end of the current age. In this prophecy, the drying of the Euphrates is directly linked to the preparation for a massive, cataclysmic event. The kings from the east are often interpreted as powerful leaders or nations that will march towards Israel for a final confrontation, known as the Battle of Armageddon. The drying of the river is seen as a divine act, removing a natural barrier and allowing these forces to move unimpeded towards their destiny. The role of the Euphrates in end-time prophecy. The drying up of the Euphrates has been interpreted in various ways throughout history. Some see it as a literal event, where the physical river will dry up as a sign of the approaching end times. Others interpret it symbolically, suggesting that the drying up represents a removal of spiritual or geopolitical barriers, allowing evil forces to advance. The drying of the Euphrates is not an isolated prophecy but is part of a larger apocalyptic vision. It is one of the final events leading up to the return of Christ, the defeat of evil, and the establishment of God's kingdom. This event is also seen as a precursor to the gathering of armies for the Battle of Armageddon, where the forces of evil will be decisively defeated. Modern implications. The Euphrates. Today, in recent years, the Euphrates River has indeed been drying up. This is due to a combination of factors, including climate change, dam construction, and regional water management issues. The reduction in water flow has had significant consequences for the people and ecosystems that depend on the river, leading to economic hardship and displacement in some areas. For those who interpret biblical prophecy literally, the drying of the Euphrates is seen as a direct fulfillment of Revelation chapter 16 verse 12. They argue that we are witnessing the beginning of the end times, as prophesied in the Bible. This view has gained traction in some Christian circles, where current events are closely monitored for signs of prophetic fulfillment. Strange events following the drying of the Euphrates. According to some interpretations of Revelation, after the Euphrates River dries up, a series of strange and supernatural events will occur. These events are believed to be part of the larger apocalyptic narrative, where the physical and spiritual realms intersect in dramatic ways. Release of bound angels. One of the most discussed strange events associated with the drying of the Euphrates is the release of 4 angels who are bound at the river. Revelation chapter 9 verses 14 to 15 mentions these angels. Release the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels, who had been kept ready for this very hour and day and month and year, were released to kill 1/3 of mankind. These angels are often interpreted as powerful demonic entities that have been restrained until the appointed time when they will unleash destruction upon the earth. Unveiling of hidden mysteries. Another belief is that as the waters of the Euphrates recede, ancient mysteries and hidden secrets will be revealed. This could include the discovery of ancient cities, artifacts, or even entities that have been concealed beneath the riverbed for millennia. Some speculate that these revelations will have significant spiritual or prophetic implications, possibly shedding light on ancient knowledge or ushering in new stages of the end times. Rise of supernatural forces. The drying of the Euphrates is also seen as a catalyst for the rise of supernatural forces that have been dormant or restrained. This could involve the appearance of beings or phenomena that defy natural explanation, leading to widespread fear and confusion. Such events are believed to be part of the larger spiritual battle between good and evil that characterizes the end times. Increased geopolitical tensions. On a more practical level, the drying of the Euphrates could lead to increased geopolitical tensions in the region. Water is a critical resource, and the reduction of the river's flow could exacerbate conflicts over water rights and access. Some believe that these tensions could play a role in the gathering of armies for the final battle, as nations struggle for control over dwindling resources. Theological interpretations and debates. The interpretation of the Euphrates River drying up and the subsequent strange events is a topic of much debate among theologians and biblical scholars. Some argue that these prophecies should be understood symbolically, representing spiritual truths rather than literal events. Others maintain a more literal interpretation, seeing these prophecies as direct predictions of future events. Symbolic interpretations suggest that the drying of the Euphrates represents a spiritual drying up, where moral and spiritual decay lead to the collapse of barriers that once held back evil. In this view, the release of the bound angels could symbolize the unleashing of destructive ideologies or forces that have been restrained until the appointed time. Literal interpretations, on the other hand, take the prophecy at face value, expecting the physical river to dry up and the release of actual supernatural beings. This perspective is often linked to a dispensationalist understanding of prophecy, where events unfold in a specific, predetermined order leading up to the return of Christ. Conclusion. The significance of watching. Whether interpreted literally or symbolically, the drying of the Euphrates River is a significant event in biblical prophecy. It serves as a reminder of the fragile balance between the natural and spiritual worlds and the impending fulfillment of God's plan for humanity. As we observe the current state of the Euphrates and the strange events that some believe will follow, it is essential to approach these developments with both spiritual discernment and a grounded understanding of biblical prophecy. While some may see these events as a sign of the imminent end times, others may view them as part of the ongoing narrative of human history, where spiritual truths are revealed through natural events. In any case, the prophecy concerning the Euphrates River encourages believers to remain vigilant and prepared, understanding that the events described in Revelation are part of a larger, divine plan. Whether these events unfold in our lifetime or in the distant future, they remind us of the ultimate sovereignty of God and the importance of faith in the face of uncertainty. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. I hope you like this video. Thank you.